next phase of World War III will not begin with destruction. It will begin with confusion, not by taking down systems, but by distorting reality itself. In the AI word war why, the objective is not always to destroy infrastructure. Sometimes, the objective is far more subtle, to control what people believe, to influence how they think, to shape how they see the world around them. Cyber propaganda and trolling have become some of the most effective weapons in this new kind of conflict. They do not target machines, they target perception, they shape narratives, influence opinions, and divide societies from within. And they do it at a scale never seen before in human history. Traditional propaganda once relied on newspapers, radio broadcasts, and television networks. It required time, distribution, and centralized control. Today, a single post can reach millions in seconds. A false story can spread across continents before it is even questioned. And once it spreads, it becomes part of the conversation, part of the culture, part of what people begin to believe. Trolling in this context is not random or meaningless behavior. It is often deliberate and organized. Groups create fake identities, automated bots, and coordinated campaigns designed to amplify certain ideas while suppressing others. They flood comment sections, they hijack discussions, they repeat messages until they appear credible. The goal is not always to convince people of one specific truth. Sometimes the goal is much simpler: to create noise, to create doubt, to make people question everything they see, because once truth becomes uncertain, reality becomes flexible. And when reality becomes flexible, it can be shaped. This is where cyber propaganda becomes dangerous, because it erodes trust. Trust in institutions, trust in media, trust in leadership, trust in each other. Without trust, societies begin to fracture. People retreat into their own beliefs. They reject opposing viewpoints. They become more reactive, more emotional, and more divided. And a divided society is easier to influence. Nation-states have already recognized the power of these tactics. Cyber propaganda has been used to influence elections, shape political narratives, and destabilize entire regions. False information is often blended with real information to make it more convincing. Emotional content is pushed deliberately because anger, fear, and outrage spread faster than logic or reason. The goal is not to inform, the goal is to provoke. Every reaction, every comment, every share becomes part of a feedback loop. Data is collected, analyzed, and used to refine future campaigns. In the invisible war, information is not just communication. It is a weapon. A tweet can influence opinion. A video can shift perception. A headline can trigger outrage. And when thousands of these messages are coordinated and released together, they begin to reshape how people understand reality. Not reality as it truly is, but reality as it is perceived. That distinction is critical, because in modern conflict, perception can be more powerful than truth. Trolling plays a central role in this process. By overwhelming online spaces with hostility, distraction, and extreme viewpoints, trolls make meaningful discussion difficult. They push people toward polarization. They turn disagreement into conflict. They make compromise seem impossible. Over time, this weakens social cohesion, and without cohesion, a nation becomes vulnerable. This is where cyber propaganda connects directly to the Z-war, because in this form of warfare, victory is not always achieved by destroying an opponent. Sometimes it is achieved by weakening them from within. A divided population cannot respond effectively. A confused society cannot make clear decisions. A fractured nation becomes unstable. Cyber propaganda accelerates this process. It turns citizens against each other. It creates doubt in democratic systems. It undermines confidence in institutions. And it does all of this without a single physical attack. No explosions, no visible destruction, no immediate signs of war. And yet the damage is real. The battlefield in the invisible war is not only physical infrastructure, it is perception. It is belief, it is trust. And once those are compromised, everything else becomes easier to influence. Because when people no longer know what is true, they become vulnerable to anything that feels true. And that may be the most dangerous weapon of all. Because the war of the future will not only be fought over land, power, or resources, it will be fought over reality itself, and the side that controls perception may never need to fight at all.